Hey guys, what's going on? Tony from Lone Wolf Paintball. Check us out online or in store. LoneWolfPaintball.com.
LoneWolfPaintball.com. So what is up, everybody? How we doing on this Friday evening? Hey, Jesse. What's happening, sir? Good seeing you at Fort Knox this weekend for the little bit that we did see you, but it's good to see you. So you guys are stuck with me for a few minutes, and then we're going to be joined by Shithouse, Mr. Christopher Burge, and a couple of the Roger girls, Roger and Roger. I think Roger isn't going to be, but anyways. So, oops. Anyhow, I'm not supposed to pay attention to those comments, but I didn't. Oops. Anyways, so how's everybody doing? It's been a good week. The game was great. I'm going to try to hold off on talking about the game until everybody else joins us because there's just it was a very fun weekend. Let's see. Let's touch on a few subjects. First off, I didn't have any Mountain Dew. I know. God forbid. I had my last Maui in a can Mountain Dew this morning. Well, Shelly had it. But I still have my drink in my Bourbon Creek Ironworks tumbler, but it's Monster and Jameson this weekend, guys and girls. So I'm going to be an energized drunk. I only have one drink, so we're going to be all right. I think maybe. And Shin Splints finally went away. Okay. Random news, everyone. Those fucking suck. That's not. I don't think I've ever had them. That fucking sucks. I know I have an ankle that just goes to shit whenever we're gonna have 6 inches or more of snow. But anyways, I digress. Let's get back on my topic. Hold on. It's classy. Pinky's in the air. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Let's taste that Jameson. So. Yeah, let's talk about a few things here. Bourbon Creek Ironworks. I think they're going to be the unofficial sponsor of this week's show. They do some awesome work. Let's see if I can get this right here. Screen share, boom, and I didn't do it. Oh yeah, hey there, here we go, guys. I think I have it right. Screen share here. Is this working? Oh yes, it is. It is. So he does some awesome ironwork. I know he's got a waiting list, but Sarge does some sweet stuff with the steel. I mean, look at the lines and stuff in that metal. It's freaking gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. I want an axe from him. I want to get him to do me an axe, but I got to save up the money because you get the quality stuff. So if you guys are looking for some custom knives and some other stuff, you can definitely give them a contact. Bourbon Creek Ironworks. Dill, we got to make sure we tag Sarge in this. So anyway, yeah, wow, I just did a screen share. Now let's see if I can turn it off. Whoa, look at me go.
Maybe we can get them to do the belts for Living Legends.
Ooh, well, see, Living Legends belts. I've got some very good concepts in mind for the belts for Living Legends. So our beer pong belts, our beer pong awards, we've got a couple of different awards we've been working on and playing with. Oh, Miss Baby is joining us as well. And our Living Legends belts seem to be the best and most popular. So I think I'm going to stick with the belts for Living Legends for right now, but we've got some really good ones for next year's Living Legends at Hell Survivors. Stay tuned. You get some snippets, some sneak peeks, but full out wrestling belts. We're gonna have a good time. Okay, we're gonna make Living Legends a very good time this year. Not that it wasn't last year. It just was crazy that it got moved around like it did, but it did. And hey, okay, so let's see. One of the other things I want to touch on is please check out our social media. Facebook, Mad Frog Militia, Mad Frog Paintball. Onto the interwebs, madfrogpaintball.com, madfrogpaintball.net. They should both take you to the same place. Ooh. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Wow, look at that. Came up right as I said it. Damn. I've been playing with the TikTok a lot lately. Some of the stuff I started my own TikTok page, and then I've been doing stuff with the team page, the business page. So look forward to seeing a lot more happening. Getting some helpful hints from other people that are pretty popular in the TikTok community, because my stuff's not all that awesome. You know what, though? If you do get a chance, damn, I wish I had a way to bring up some of those photos. My latest TikTok, we had a tenant that we went into and had to fix a backed up sink. It sucks when I have a couple customers. You guys don't know, outside of paintball, well, I haven't been making money in paintball in a little bit, so outside of paintball, my business is contracting. I'm a plumbing contractor, and I have facility maintenance contracts. 1 second. So I take care of a lot of different properties for people that I've been doing work for, let's say, like 28 years. Well, when you walk into an apartment to fix a backed up kitchen sink and find it in the order I found it in, you just, oh man, it's sad. So yeah, so if you want to learn about that, check out my TikTok. But anyways, check out the team, Mad Frog Militia, on TikTok. Man, let's see, what else? Dill, you got anything you want to add? I know what we need to talk about as well. I've got another important thing I'm going to bring up after this one. But GI versus the World, if you guys are looking for photos, book Aaron Dill. He's going to be there. Don't you got a price sheet somewhere, Aaron? Let's see. Where is that? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. There it is. See, he's quicker on the buttons than I am. So if you guys we'll talk a little bit more about GI versus the World a little bit later. But definitely, if you're interested, get a hold of Aaron, book a team shoot, book a personal shoot, whatever you want to do. And, buy some of his photos. It helps him out. Honestly, it helps us out as well, because it makes it even better to have him there. Even though we have him there for us, it's a little better. And the cat is trying to climb into the dragon cage right now. Okay. Rosie, no. That's funny. Oh, Dill, thank you so much. So that second video on there is what I want you to put on. How would you guys feel if you live next door to this? This is a small apartment complex. Oh, man. Ugh. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, how would you feel if you lived next to that in your apartment? And the thing is I don't want to share too much because I don't want to be that guy, but for what this person does for a living, yuck. So anyhow, so I digress. Let's move on to something. Unfortunately, let's move on to something else, but not necessarily something better here. A friend of mine, a friend a lot of yours, crazy situation that happened. Adam Fowler, check out his GoFundMe. I will try to share it on my page again. But Adam Family Recovery, Adam's a great guy. He was the first guy I went against at Living Legends as a commander. The whole situation with how he was shot and the circumstances leading to him being shot and just randomly and he's a fucking fighter, man. I mean, he's a fighter. He's progressing along from what I understand. I don't want to share a lot of that because I don't know everything, but all I know is he definitely deserves your help. So if you guys can take a minute, if nothing else, if you can share the post, share the GoFundMe, let's make sure they're taken care of for a while because he's got a long road to recovery, and he definitely deserves our help. They did a nice raffle for him at Fort Knox at Marvel versus DC, it's tough. It's tough. So if you guys can, please see what you can. If you can give something, please check out his GoFundMe. I'll try to post up a link here soon. If I don't already have it on my page, which it should be, I'll just have to pin it to the top. But help them out. They deserve it. Good guy. Real good guy. All right. Fudge that. Yeah. Anyway, so we're off on that. Bourbon Creek Ironworks. We took care of that. So other things on the agenda for myself. Excuse me. Just 1 minute. Yeah. I can relate to that. Definitely. Lovely. Nectar of the gods. The Irish gods. Remember that. If you ever want to get on my good side, a bottle of Jameson will do it well. A custom bottle with my name on it will do even better. But my daughter's the only one that's done that so far. So, yeah. If it's got a cork in the top of it, it's fine. All right. Other than that, I'm looking for a house. I'm looking for a farm. I'm looking for a piece of property. Anybody in Michigan? Yo, hey. I'm looking for property. Let me know what you find. All right. Other than that, let's see here. We're coming up on GI versus the World at Hell Survivors. It's coming up soon here. We're talking the 25th to 26th, if I'm not mistaken here. Woo! It's only a week away. It's really just a week away, man. Oh, hey, now that I'm looking at the calendar here, is this the first night of Yom Kippur? Okay, or is Yom Kippur only one night? Interesting things on the calendar. So if you celebrate Yom Kippur, congrats. I mean, hey, there you go. But GI versus the World, it is going to be the last GI versus the World challenge. With everything going on at Hell Survivors, the schedule is going to get changed around a little bit. GI versus the World is going to go bye-bye. Global Conquest is going to move to the September date instead of the June date. That'll offset a little bit better with the whole Living Legends schedule. So, yeah, like I said, Living Legends is back at Hell Survivors. I think it should have been back for a second year already, but I'm partial. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to make sure it's a good event. We've got a lot of stuff that's going on at the field. We're going to have a lot of side things going on. No, I didn't, Joshua. Actually, my computer, I'm surprised I'm on right now, to tell you the truth, and not on a tablet, because of my computer's been crashing like crazy. Come to find out, I needed a new battery in my motherboard. Yes, my computer is that old that I needed to put a new memory in the motherboard. So I've had a little bit of problems getting footage off to Aaron to turn into videos and stuff. I'm sure I could probably pull some stuff up and show it, but it just wouldn't do it justice. He can make it look a lot better. And like Hanu said, Living Legends 14, boys and girls, Hell Survivors Paintball. Look for the date. Check it out. CPX events. see what you guys got coming up next, though, for Living Legends. I think they've got Endless Legends is coming up shortly here in a few weeks in October. And then after Endless Legends. Yes, Endless Legends. That's at OXCC. And then after that is, the same weekend. Unfortunately, the same weekend as Endless Legends is yesterday's Heroes with Crockett and Tubbs, the Miami Vice side, led by Not Me Raleigh. Avid is an awesome field. If you guys are going, get on the food plan. Sneaky Pete got some awesome grub. Sneaky Pete, aka Ryan Sexton. So yes, join the hero side. I'm still can't remember which one Raleigh's going to be, if he's going to be Crockett or Tubbs, but whatever, it's going to be awesome. I do believe they're doing the lip sync battle is still the same as they were doing when it was the other game. So look forward to this game in October, boys and girls. I probably personally am not going to be attending because of the whole looking to buy a house kind of thing. Yeah. I'm, the lottery money, it's the trust. Yeah. They're holding that money back just a little bit. They're reining it in because of COVID. So, they're not paying out as fast as they were usually. So I'm only down to $20,000 a month instead of, what I was at. So, we have been joined by, so thank you very much for saving me, because I was going on a rant about, I don't know what, but anyways, cheers. I ran out of Mountain Dew, so I'm drinking. Hey, I'm drinking Monster and Jameson tonight, so I'm an energized drunk. Might be a better thing.
Oh, there we go. Now my other PC starts up. Yeah, sorry we're a little late there.
It's all good. I know. It only takes you a minute. I don't know what you were doing for the other 15. Anyways, did he share that with you, Cindy?
What?
I told him. He told me he's going to be 15 minutes late. I said, "Well, it only takes you a minute. So what are you going to do with the other 13? Because I know it takes a minute for you to catch your breath."
Yeah.
I did this because I could.
Yeah, we were setting up for a charity event for her cousin tomorrow, and when we got to the golf course, they told us 6:30 you can come by and set up everything for your event in the morning. Well, we get there at 6:30, and they're just starting dinner for a whole nother event that the whole place is like occupied. So they were like, "Oh, yeah, by the way, we had another event going, so I guess you can shove some of your stuff in the pro shop." Like, yeah, it was a little irritating.
What you started talking about it, so let's talk about it some more. What is it? Where is it at? Is it like an open event or something, or
it's a event at a country club, a golf course.
My cousin is paralyzed. He fell out of a tree blind 4 or 5 years ago. So they have a golf event every year. So you can either golf or you can do like the dinner. And then we have a bunch of raffle baskets and stuff. So like 2 years ago, they raised enough money to get him a accessible car. Well, he got in an accident on the 4th. Someone hit him and left him in a ditch. So we're trying to raise the money to repair his car so that he can get to work safely again. So, yeah.
All right. Good.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Odd fun paintball connection too, by the way. So when I was looking at some of the sponsor signs that they have for the holes and stuff, I noticed one for the Drew Foundation. And I don't know if you remember, Drew, back in the day, we did at Health Survivors, they were raising money for Drew to get his action track chair.
Yeah.
And her cousin is friends with Drew. In fact, they just had gone hunting last, I think he said hunting a week or two ago.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. They were running that chair across the swamp in that one spot.
Yeah, that was wild. That was the one time I remember there just being just mud there. So you could, man, that's a whole different ballgame when people can just run across there and don't have to go find that bridge.
Yeah, Yeah, it was interesting. That's a good thing. Sounds like a great cause.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I actually mentioned something about Adam Fowler earlier in the show here about his GoFundMe and stuff like that.
How's he
And
doing?
what's that?
How's he
You
doing?
didn't hear? He's, from what I understand, he's doing better. But it's
Rough.
how the fuck you live through something like that is all I gotta say, man.
That's wild.
And-
Thing. It wasn't like he was like rolling through the streets of the west side of Detroit or
He was
something.
at work. He's just at work in the freaking trailer park, and
Somebody just started spraying bullets, and
domestic situation, and yeah.
that'd be a lesson for all you people. Take that shit to the paintball field, settle your differences out there. Where if you shoot somebody, nobody goes to jail.
I mean, you can take your wife out to the paintball field and shoot her. The problem is she can shoot your ass too.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah. So anyhow, I don't know. You got anything you want to touch on before we go through Marvel versus DC? Fun stuff. I've held off on talking about anything on Marvel versus DC.
Yeah.
So.
I wish I could have been there. I was really bummed out that I wasn't able to go, especially because I missed. What was it, last year? I think it was. I missed because I had a work thing going on, and this year it just kind of worked out that, in order to be fair and get all the events off that I want to get off, I had to sacrifice an event this month. Yeah, little violin. Yep. So
I would like to point out though, we made first insertion when someone wasn't there.
Yep.
I mean, I usually make it like a couple times a year.
Chris, I didn't even hide the chairs on them, and they made first insertion.
See, that's because I wasn't there to keep the party going.
There's a Commander Secret 107. Hide the chairs so they can't sit down. Anyways, okay.
That's actually a pretty solid idea.
Chris, it's worked. It's worked in the past.
Nice.
Now that I'm sharing, everybody's looking around. Where's the chairs, man?
Putting no chairs motivates people. Throwing tables motivates people. Whatever you got to do.
No, it's not throwing tables. It's just flipping them.
Yes.
And I love that I can go in there and look at a flipping tables meme and find Simpsons and all kinds of shit. It's just like, it's so perfect.
Yeah, it's. I will never forget that, Legends.
So I think it was like Living Legends 9.
Yeah.
What's that?
That became a Legends tradition. Yeah, I think it was was it the last Legends they had in Chicago? It was either the last one or the one before the last.
I think it was I think it was like 9 because and everybody was kind of BSing and talking away, and everybody had already pretty much driven themselves to the event. So I'm like trying to get the tables packed up, and it's like everybody's just bullshitting. And it's like, wait, guys, I got like a 4-something hour trip still. Come on, let's pack up. I want to go home. And I
just tossed that table. We were just,
dude, I knocked one table over. There you go. there was a table laying there on the floor, and I just went to flip the other table over just to close the legs on it because it was empty. I really didn't. I mean, I was a little bit miffed, but it landed right on top of the other table, and man, made such a smack sound. It was like everybody stopped and looked, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, oops. But everybody paid attention. So, I've never lived it down. So hurry up, or Bill's gonna start flipping tables.
Yeah. So we're sending Amanda the link here. Christina unfortunately won't be able to join us. She had to do 2 retirement parties today, or something along the lines. Her coworker's leaving or something like that. So she got stuck. Yeah. But Amanda shortly.
So, Cindy, what did you think of AK Cinnamon? What did you think of Fort Knox? That was your first time there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was my first time. I had so much fun, honestly. Like, it was
we had a good group of people. We had a really good group of people with us, definitely. Both sides. playing for or playing against. We had a great group of people. But the
Yeah.
field.
It was so much more open because I've only played at a couple fields. Most of the time it's Hell's, but it was so open in the front, and I loved it. I think it was like Jonathan and I were talking about, maybe it was diabetes, about how it feels like more like speedball up in the front. And I'm like,
Yeah, on that tires
Yeah.
field and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
The tires and the huts and stuff. Yeah, it definitely does. And it's like you're playing on a golf course. There's really, hey,
oh,
Christine.
somewhere.
So it's like playing on a golf course because it's smooth as can be. There's Hell's, when you walk up that one tape line through the entrance, it's ruts everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that at most fields, but there it's like you're playing on a golf course.
Yeah, they definitely take care of it. And when we were walking through, I was like, there's no paint on anything when we walked the field on Friday. And I was like, even when we were down in Legends, I was like, there's still paint everywhere. Like, everything's covered when you walk the field initially. I was like, this is so clean.
Yeah. And the stuff that they build. I have to say that I don't think there was anything new from the last time I was there, but you can't always do it
field unless you were there for that event.
I was there before that.
Oh.
It was there. It was there. They just didn't do the grand. We were there for an event, Marvel versus DC. It was done, but then they did the Alcatraz event after Marvel versus DC.
Oh.
So it was there. So but it's they put some work in. They put some work in and make it and then the trophies and stuff. We can hit the sore note right off the bat. That big one did not come home with me this year. But I did set it up already to get a rematch. I already have a couple of those, so I can share them a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw your plaque when they let us use the bathroom inside, all the women.
Isn't that so cool?
It was really nice. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's his name. And they showed off plaques. Yeah, they have plaques.
Yeah, inside of the well, see, now that's the thing that's a difference is they let the ladies use the inside bathroom that they have. But the pro shop, oh, look at who's here. The pro shop itself doesn't have the door to walk into it anymore. So you have to go through the side way. But if you go right into the pro shop up on the one big wall of the stairs there, it's got all the different plaques of the different commanders that have won different events.
Oh, nice.
It's cool. You get to see everyone's name that duplicated.
So it's pretty cool.
The wall
It's pretty cool.
of fame,
This was my 6th year at the event, my 2nd win, I believe. Maybe was there a 3rd one? I know there was 2. Some jackass put a duck in the water. Well, let's see who put the duck in the water, buddy. Actually, that was not the inflatable duck. Was not a prop in the game. Somebody found it in the water because so they put it out there. He put it out there because his son had outgrown it and didn't fit in it anymore. So he put it out in the water. Well, somebody put a comic book in it. We're not supposed to go near the water's edge, but it's all fun and games. And somebody brought it back to me. Well, I made a big deal about it, because I went to turn it in. They're like, oh, no, it's not a prop. I'm like, oh, it's mine. And I made this big deal about it, goofing, walking away, that it ended up becoming a prop in the game, and we ended up having to steal it. I had to steal that inflatable prop from it was his little rubber ducky child's pool bathing.
Little.
It was pretty little. Well, yeah, but it's a little baby bath thing. I couldn't fit in it. So
you don't fit a lot of things anymore, Bill.
Yeah, I get you there, man. Anyways, like the hair club, I don't fit in that no more anymore. Sometimes. Anyways, so I had to have that. They ended up with it back up at the producers stage, and I got to give a shout out to all Kyle, aka Diabetes. You couldn't have fit in it. So the producers ended up with it at the top of the tower, and No, I am sure it will be a prop for next year. Actually, it's in the game. Don't worry.
And she just made Howard the Duck as a prop.
That's what Amanda said. Amanda's like,
I said
"Is
it
that
was
Howard
Howard
the
the
Duck?"
Duck.
Yeah, we didn't know if it was
I'm
Howard the
making
Duck,
connections.
Howard the Duck, the Penguin, whatever it was. Well, the second day there was a mission, and you knew they wrote the mission that night because all the other missions had, what do you call it? Laminated. All the other missions were laminated. This one was just on a piece of printer paper. Like, oh, you guys made this one up that night, and it was go steal the duck. So what did I do? I made sure it was done Detroit style. I grabbed 313 mutants and a bunch of the big Legionnaires, and I said, go up there and get me this. So 13 to 15 of these big guys just go walking up the stairs, and they're like, yeah, goodbye. They brought it back to me. I pulled that off twice, actually. But
Yeah.
anyways, here we go. We're talking away. I'm rattling on. Amanda, wait a minute. There you go. There she is. Has joined us. This is Roger. So we have Roger and Roger. No, their last name is
Roger that.
Yes. So their sister Christine has been dating Orlando, aka Paul, for a bit. I mean, it seems like a while.
Long enough that there should be a ring.
Yeah, sorry, Paul, man. Now that Dave has given Kayla a ring, Paul, they might have to start working on you, man. I don't say we because I want to be your scapegoat. I will be the one with the car running outside, okay? I'm just telling you. After 30 years, I'm just telling you. I'll have the car ready, but it may be time. Anyways, well, Cindy, aka Cinnamon, joined us playing paintball at a couple events, and then Amanda starts showing up at the events. She hasn't gone on the field that I've been there yet, but she's been fun to have at the event, and she did do Kyle Paul's mind. Kyle, this is why you fit on the team, okay? Anyways, she's done a couple of the off-field events, challenges and stuff for us at Fallout, which I was able to actually transfer to Aaron without my computer crashing. So he has footage of you playing games.
Trying.
And then she figured a little media
and failing at the games that she was playing. But she gave it her
TikToks for us too.
Yes, definitely. So anyways, let's talk about you ladies and paintball and what Cindy, why the hell did you decide to play?
So the first time I played, no, it was Ghost Recon last year was my first event.
I unfortunately couldn't make that event. Where was I then? Was I in Cali?
I don't know. It was what was that? August?
I think I might have been in California then. But that was your first game?
Legend. That was my first game.
Okay.
Was Ghost Recon. And Paul just kept like pushing it. And I was like, I don't know. Because when Christine and Paul started dating, for her birthday, he set up a really big paintball at Lone Wolf when they were at Gibraltar. So we all went and played paintball. And I was like, this is kind of fun for me.
So that's where you played before then. Okay. That's where she decided she didn't like it.
So the reason Amanda
Not that I don't like it.
No, you just don't like getting shot.
It hurt.
Paul convinced us to go one-on-one. So it was her and I on the speedball field, and we were going one-on-one. Well, my gun jammed, and so I stopped. And at that time, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, I don't know, the paint's just not coming out. And Amanda stopped for a minute, and so I went to walk around a barrier, and she just lit me up. So I lit her up. So we were covered in bruises. And it was totally fine, except for we were very, very close when we did it. So it hurt a lot. I apparently recovered, and I'm a sucker for pain, apparently, so I came back. He convinced me to come back, so I came to Ghost Recon, and then Big Country and convinced me to go to Legends. and I've just been kind of hooked since.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's got to do with the group of people we surround ourselves with, because we have a lot of fun. Even if we're not on the field, because there's been a couple of games lately that I have barely touched the field, if I have even touched the field. And let me tell you, I have just as much fun. It's a switch, not running around commanding and worrying about what the hell's going on.
Nice to
And
just
it's
be able
been
to have
fun.
a few shots and play, and yeah.
Shots? Okay, sure, no problem.
Well, that's what, when Amanda said she was coming home, I'm like, we need to get her, like, because Christina and I talk about paintball all the time. And I'm like, I'm talking about these people. And she's like, I'm going to have to meet these people. And I was like, you need to come and experience why we enjoy going and playing paintball. Like, not necessarily on the field, but the outside. I was like, you'd love this. And I'm like, so she did. And we actually talked about it at lunch today, like how wonderful the people are. I'm like, you understand why.
It's like a family environment.
Why, like, we love this. And she's like, absolutely. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your take on what you've seen so far, Amanda?
I mean, I think it's really cool. I almost went out onto the field during final battle, but you got more points for the young guns getting it, so I was like, not needed. But I was going to be one of the noodle people. They had me convinced. I was going to be one of the noodle people, and they were just going to shove me into one of the things and just protect me.
So this is what happened, guys. What she's talking about, noodle people, is for the final battle. So at Fort Knox Paintball, they don't do slapsticks anymore. More or less safety concerns. Somebody lost an eye. Anyways, shit happens. What we do is fun, but you have to wear your mask and you have to keep your mask on. And certain situations you do not need to promote. So what they did for final battle this year was I had 5 Nova Corps members, which were pool noodles with gold ends. The Green Lantern Corps, which was the DC side, had green pool noodles. And you had to keep those 5, excuse me, Monster and Jameson. Woo! Anyhow, you had to keep those 5 people alive inside of a building within this walled area. It was more points if it was a young gun, and it was more points if it was a young gun that was renting a marker. So that's kind of what I did. I threw the kids in those positions because it was worth more points. Sorry, kids. But everybody protected them, so it was well worth it. It was well worth it. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I digress off the noodle thing. What else did you think?
It was cool. They almost got me onto the field. Which Preacher he didn't know because he got one of the noodle kids, and then he found out afterwards. He's like, no. He really wants me to be on it, and I was tempted to, but it was a lot of fun. I liked. If anyone saw me there, I was basically at Bill's hip the entire time, just helping out. But it was really cool. I got to learn a lot more about the game and everything, and I learned about like the field, so I could actually help when people ask like where they should go and stuff. I actually knew where to tell, like where we needed people and like where to send them. So that was really cool. But yeah, everyone's really nice and it's a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yeah. It's nice to have somebody in the command area to help the monotony of the anarchy of what's going on. A lot of times I throw myself into events unless they're really big ones. I just show up and find out who wants to help. And it works out. It has some fun. I mean, it makes it for fun. It makes it for a fun event and a good time. Well, I mean, it's really cool that you guys came and played. I'm glad you came or came and were involved. You know what? Both of you played. One of you played on the field. One of you played off the field with me doing the stupid stuff, trying to win the game. I can definitely say next year is going to be a little bit better because day one of game when it started, we needed to make it a real game. I had 200 players on my side versus like 80 players on their side. So everything I had figured out just it got thrown away and things happened. And, I don't want it to not be a game. I want it to be fun. So at a certain point, I knew a couple teams right off the bat that would switch. And they did. They were the first teams to say, "Hey, we'll make it even. We'll help try to make it even." It didn't work. It wasn't enough players, so I kind of was just like, you "Just do what you want to do what you got to do, and we'll go from there." But now that he's got a full year to recruit, we'll see what happens next year. Damn it. Yeah, so I got handcuffed to this guy. That's Mike Goodeve. He's we got Poison Ivy. Mr. Zach back there helped with writing a bunch of the game, and I got attacked by Poison Ivy, and we had to find the weed killer on the field. My team didn't find the weed killer on the field, but the worst part about it was. Go for it.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
In our defense, the Joker tricked us. They took the Joker because we asked him for a hint, and he told us it was in Alcatraz. So we sent everybody back to Alcatraz looking for a green spray bottle. A green spray bottle said weed killer. It was not there. The other team already had it at that point. We were just sending people out for no reason.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
Oh, there was a Green Lantern ring all over.
Yeah, it was I was just gonna say Green Lantern ring all over Ricky. One of the worst parts about those damn handcuffs is I got freaking big ass wrists, right? Okay. Hey, it's the Roger. So we got Roger, and Roger. Okay. Hey, so I got these big ass wrists and I had that damn handcuffs on, and I'm like, okay, I'm like trying to steal Brandon Page's lanyard so I can pick the lock so I can loosen the damn handcuffs. They were cheap dollar store handcuffs. I could have hit the release on them and just popped it off and just set my hand down on it. Like losing sensation in my pinky, and I need that finger. If I lose sensation in that finger, Paul will be very upset.
Yeah.
So, hello, Christine. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are all of you?
We're doing great. We're just talking shit, and
I've been here. I've been.
So what?
Phone connection. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, her internet connection is better than yours, Chris.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Oh, they are at Cindy's.
Okay, so it's Chris's computer then you're using, right?
No, this is mine.
Yeah, mine wasn't charged enough.
At least mine's a lot.
All right. Yeah.
It's
I mean, mine might cut out at any moment. It might be really crystal clear right now, but who the hell knows? So, was this your first time at Fort Knox Paintball? I mean, it definitely wasn't your first time playing paintball with us. I think your first time playing paintball with us was like at a Global Conquest, years ago.
Yeah,
like
six years ago.
6 years ago?
I think 6 or 7 years ago. I think it was the year that Paul and I started dating.
So long enough ago. Wait a minute. Long enough ago to where Paul should have put a ring on it. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
So.
Oh, Paul, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Global Conquest is my first one that I played ever.
Cool.
Never played before.
And Global Conquest is just mass anarchy because it's 7 teams, 1 field, teams helping other teams out, and teams stabbing other teams in the back, and just it's madness. So
yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah. So you've been to a couple few, and then this was your first time at Fort Knox, right?
Playing Fort Knox, yes. I've been there before a couple years ago, but this was my first time playing at Fort Knox.
Okay. I didn't know you were there. Did I remember? Maybe I do. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was. I hung out with Shelly most of the weekend.
Look at this. Look at Dave. The quietest I've heard Chris in a long time. That's even better than Dave Perez's comment. No. I mean, Dave is correct. Shithouse, don't. Yeah, Cindy, just run the fuck away. What are you doing, girl? Run. Anyways, love you, Chris. So, play in the field. What'd you think? Fun time?
It was so much fun. Though I'd have to say the one part that I did not like is when I fell and basically became a scorpion.
Did you do a core sample with the gun? Did you have a barrel full of dirt?
No. I actually
you did great. You did awesome. You did fucking awesome.
It's on repeat in my brain. Like I watched it happen, and it's on her back of her head, but her gun. Like when you see like people down tubing and they put their beer in the they tip in the beer. She put that gun up in the air, but I'm just like, don't laugh at her because these guys.
She kicked herself in the back of the head.
Total scorpion. Feet just came right up. I was just like, don't laugh. I came off the field, told Amanda, and I almost cried laughing. It's embedded in my brain. Like if anything happens to me, as long as that memory's there, I'll be fine.
I mean, even when that happened, it was a great time. The field was amazing. I had so much fun and so much going on, and I attempted to get on that bridge, but I just couldn't get there.
That bridge is brutal. That bridge has always been brutal from the first. Yeah. Oh yeah, there she is. Look at the baby.
Baby.
That bridge is a hell of a battle. Well, hey, look at hey, honey. Anyways,
woo.
But the grinder has nothing on that bridge. That bridge is such a bitch to cross, but yet
murder tunnel, just an absolute murder tunnel. I'm the first one to run down the grinder. I love playing in the grinder. I get to the edge of that bridge, I'm good. I don't need to be on it.
Yeah, you get to okay, if you can get past the 50 and you get another quarter of the way down, you're fucked. You're just if you get past, I mean the 50 is like the battle point, but if you get past the 50, it's brutal. It's brutal. It's a tunnel. It's a tunnel of paint, and then you've got the people from the sides hitting you where they can, and it's cool.
There's a couple of those two stories that you can or the elevated ones that you can stand in and just hit people on the bridge. So they're already worried about 5,000 paintballs coming down at their face. Then all of a sudden now you're getting shot from the side of the head, and
one of the nice things is there are not first strikes at that field. It's all round ball. So
when they first did it, there were.
Yeah. Till insurance companies started denying the coverage, then they stopped. They're a very safe field, sometimes a little safer than they need to be, but it's their place. They do what they got to do. We have never been able to pop smoke at that field ever. Which is something we love to use that green smoke.
Were they told not to? Or
okay. We never pop smoke when we were allowed to at that field because, can we do this? Okay. Can we do that? Okay. And we just assumed well, anyways. No.
We did that.
It's not. It's just right. It's perfectly right.
Yep.
But I have to say thank you to you ladies for joining us at the events because it brings a different aspect into our group. I don't want it. We all don't want it to be a bunch of guys throwing testosterone around.
I mean, paintball's usually a sausage fest, but I've noticed over the years more and more females are coming out there. I mean, any ladies that happen to be watching this right now who don't normally play, you show up to play with your boyfriend, he's gonna have an all new appreciation for you.
You might even find a new boyfriend. Anyways,
if you're a single lady, if you're looking for a dude, I mean, the odds are definitely in your favor.
There are some of us that are douchebags. But anyways, but we are definitely decent people, most of us. Come on out and play, ladies. Let's
Some
make
fields
this.
too will do let like. I don't think Fort Knox does it, but I've seen where some fields will let ladies play for. You have to pay for your paint, but your.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's talk about an event that's coming up that's free for the ladies. Hawaiian Legends. Ooh.
Oh, I get to play for free. I get to fly for free, and I get to play for free.
Homie's buying a house, so he ain't even thinking about going, let alone with all their COVID restrictions and all that. I ain't, whatever. We won't get into that because then fucking Kermit sipping tea is going to show up across the screen and I won't be able to say anything. Anyways, so Hawaiian Legends, guys. This is number 3, if I'm not mistaken. I was part of Hawaiian Legends 1. I helped out with. I was one of the on-field refs, mission refs. Myself and Connor McKenzie. Dude, what an awesome place! What an awesome event! I'm a little jelly that you guys are going, and I'm not going because there's so much cool stuff that I want to show you guys. But have an open mind, enjoy yourselves, eat the seafood. Eat the seafood. You go to a burger place and get a burger, get the side of freaking calamari because I'll tell you what, it'll ruin. Well, hello, Amanda. I'm telling you, you and Kay, shithouse, her and Kay would get along great, right? I mean, they'd be sitting there yeah. Anyways, order yourself the side of calamari. Sorry, man. Order yourself the side of calamari with that bacon cheeseburger because that bacon's going to be awesome, and so is that damn freaking calamari. It is just. We slept on 5 different beaches. I ended up going scuba diving. The field is cool as shit. The catwalks in the upper areas. I don't know if it's on the Mad Frog Militia page or on my personal page, Mad Frog PB, but there's a rundown of the Hawaiian of Maui paintball. The field is awesome. All right, check out the YouTube page and check out the Hawaiian Legends 1 walkthrough. The catwalks up there. There was some crazy stuff going on when we were there at that time because it was fire season and there was shit catching on fire and helicopters flying over and dropping water on mountains and stuff. That was like in August, I think, is when we went. You guys, totally different time. Unfortunately, I think it's the more expensive time to go. But flights are pretty decent right now, if I'm probably right.
Depending where you're flying from, but the flight.
If you're flying from Cali, or Alaska, it's a cheap ass fucking flight.
Yeah, for here right now, it's kind of high. Like on my flight tracker, it's kind of high. It's like $950 for round trip.
Yeah, that's what it was when we went.
So it was a little more expensive. Like my tracker says, like to wait. Are
any other ladies going, or is it just her? Oh, cool. So Paul, there you go. Ooh, there's some nice drone footage. So Paul, just to let you know, that'd be a nice place to say you're going to put a ring on it. Anyways, he's going to hate me. Fucker's going to show up at my front door, fucking pounding on it. What the fuck, man? But anyways, this place. Oh, there's the Tenelos. That is the Tenelos. That place, it's a campground. All right. We slept in the. I rented. Okay. We rented. I'm getting all excited. We rented a van, a camper van, and we did the road to Hana, and that was one of the locations we stopped at. Dill, where did you pick this up at? Because this is some really nice footage. This has got to be some Hawaiian footage. But we stayed at this place. We parked the camper van in the parking lot. We used the shower facilities and stuff. There's camping right on the beach. I mean, there's some homeless situation, on the island because it's such a gorgeous place to live.
I mean, if you're gonna ever be homeless, you might as well be homeless in Hawaii.
It's nothing like California homeless situation. There you go. There's the speedball field at Hawaiian Legends. Look at that, guys. That's how close it is to the ocean. It's a decent sized field. It is a really large size field. It's
Would
not
you say
small.
it'd be about the size of Fort Knox, maybe a little smaller?
Yes. Yes, I would say at least the size of Fort Knox.
Nice.
At least. Don't play in your sandals. Don't walk around in your sandals. Not a thing. Just not. But Maui is gorgeous, man. You got the road to Hana, which is like
that's one of our plans to hit that, like this day. I think the day that we get there, because we're getting there a couple days early.
Dude, there is so. Watch my video. You'll see a bunch of the stuff that we saw, but there is so. Oh, here's the catwalks. Fuck. Yeah.
Cool.
Nobody utilized those to what I thought they should be utilized to. I'm standing back as a ref, and only one or two like home guys were really using those to their advantage, because those are some. They're everywhere. It's not a small thing. It literally. A couple of the structures are freaking huge. But Road to Hana, so here I am in a camper van doing 40 miles an hour on the Road to Hana. You know, it's got like 137 switchbacks.
Whoever took this drone footage did a solid job, man.
Dude, so this is one of the local guys.
Going through the window.
And this drone, to watch this drone, it looks like a Technics set. You know what I mean? It looks like, and it's not. It's not. You're like, oh, I'm going to buy a drone and film this. No, he had a Hero Sessions on the front of a built drone. So he built this drone, and man, it reminded me of like one of those speed race. Look at the school bus. One of those speed right in it, dude. This guy is badass. He is badass with this thing. But yeah, so this field is freaking phenomenal. The road to Hana, there is so many places to stop and check out on your route. Definitely talk to me, and I'll give you guys the guide that I've got. There's like, you're renting a vehicle, I assume?
We haven't figured that completely out yet.
Okay. There's an app you can get called the Shaka Guide. Woo. Literally, dude, it's the fucking greatest app. It'll drive you through the road to Hana. It's great. So, Maui Living Legends or Hawaiian Legends, you guys got to check it out. It's going to be an awesome time. I'm jelly if you're going, but just not doing it at this certain time and situation for myself, unfortunately. But yeah. It's free to the ladies because it's Valentine's Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Road to Hana. I only have a couple misspellings in here, but dude, this is just okay. So I'm doing 40 miles in a camper van, 40 miles an hour in a camper van down these roads, and I look over, and Shelly's gripping the handles of the seat, and the two. Fucking Cody and Connor behind me are just gripping. They're like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm like, am I going too fast? I'm like, it felt like nothing to me. But it was, yeah. As you could see from that last road sign, it was switchbacks galore. 1-lane expressways. It was rainy season, so we didn't get to do the whole 7 ponds and stuff like that.
7 pools, yep.
Yeah, the 7 pools. There's just so much. Though you got the lava tunnels. This is that was Hawaii. That was the Wanapipi Fall. Mahawanapipi. Manawanapipi. Yes. And Mama wanted to pee-pee at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm trying to talk, and I've got a case on the GoPro, and you can't hear me talking during this. That's why it's mostly fit photos and stuff. But it's some cool stuff. And I've only been to Maui, so there is so much more to do. We weren't even thinking about talking about this. Yeah, this is just where we're going out to. We're just taking a random walk down the. Yeah, I should have jumped off this cliff. With those guys.
Will we can cliff dive there?
Yeah, dude. There's a couple of spots off the trails, and you got to let me know if the logos are still there, because I dumped all that bridge. Nope. Oh God, Shelly would not go across that bridge. I got her halfway across that bridge. She turned around and ran back. And the other second half was the good part.
Really?
She was petrified. So I went with the guys and checked the rest of the stuff out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is cool. Turned around to come back. Like, here I am. I checked this out on the other side. I'm like, okay, I got to go back to Shelly. Now that I got footage, I got to go back to Shelly. I turn around to go back to Shelly. Boom. There's Shelly. She crossed the bridge. So she overcame it.
Shelly.
She was not. I mean, I have to admit, it was screw you. It was, dude, it was interesting. It was definitely an interesting time. I mean, there was a lot of stuff, and it was rainy season. So one side of the island where this all was, water, I mean, rainforest and a half. The other side where the field is, dry as fuck.
Desert. Yeah, I was looking at some of the pictures and stuff of the field, and I was like,
Shelly just heard weird things talking about her.
2 pictures back, this was like clearly a rainforest. I'm like, that looks like sand dunes. I'm like, how is that? Yeah, so
the mountains are so tall, the mountains stop everything. Well, it's an actual thing. And they're doing this big thing where they're pumping the water from once. I don't know really much about this, guys. I don't care to, I mean, I'll talk a bunch of shit, but I am definitely not an expert, okay, in anything except for maybe a couple things. Maui, I am not. But, man, the place is awesome. But supposedly the mountains stop the rain clouds from crossing to the other side, and they literally have this whole thing where they're taking over water space, and you have a bunch of indigenous people that, you know, they have a legitimate gripe. I can see wanting things to progress, but they have a legitimate gripe. So it's
like the Hollies.
Oh, geez. So I guess we've reached the 1 hour mark, boys and girls. And you know what? I'm not done talking yet. So we're going to continue on. So Maui, Hawaiian Legends, guys and girls, if you can make it. It's definitely, it's one of those places that you have to visit. I would really, really love to go back. California was.
Even if you lose at Legends, you're still losing in Hawaii. So yeah, right? Like even if everything goes wrong, you're still in Hawaii.
Just a side note, yeah, dude.
Yeah, like
it's gorgeous. Yeah. None of my diving footage. None of my diving footage has made it. This is all from island was used to here's our geez. This is our Hawaiian Legends crib edition. We got hooked up. We definitely got hooked up by the owner of the field with a rental condo that was way over my pay grade. He definitely made this. So for a couple nights, for our 2.5 weeks we were there, probably the first week we were at this very awesome condo. From what I understand, when what's his name? Who's the lead singer of Aerosmith?
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler stays at the penthouse in these condos. This place was
just a condo, and it looks like it's that big.
Dude,
than any house I've ever lived in.
Dude, man. We were spoiled very much so. We were very, very spoiled. There was there were 3 suites, basically. It was 3 bedrooms, 3 suites. The kitchen was ginormous.
Shower big enough for 4 people to shower at the same time?
That's the small shower.
Oh, that's the small.
Yeah. Connor Mackenzie was very gracious enough to give Shelly and I the larger of the units. Hanu had the one that was out looking over the ocean. So it was anyways, I have no idea what I'm saying here, but all I gotta say it was a great vacation. So that is one of the major things we try to do with our paintball events, guys and girls. We try to make it an adventure. We try to go to these places out of state. We all pool our money together. We all go out of state and have fun because it's you have your local field that you like, play it, support them, but spread out, man. There are so many fields across this globe. Damn, excuse me.
I mean, in all reality, we could just put pontoons and an outboard on the bus. It'd take us a couple weeks to get there, but
I'd have to seal the windows a little better, I think.
yeah.
But there's so many cool.
Probably watching Moana on a tablet.
Yeah, no doubt. No, she was reading a book. Just watch. That's the ocean. Look at that, guys. That's just.
This will be the first time I've ever seen the Pacific Ocean too.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's
Valentine's Day with somebody in paintball apparently. So I want to spend Valentine's Day in Hawaii.
Right? Like, oh,
it was
devil.
Yeah,
Cody just chilling.
We don't see him too often, but when we do, we have some fun. So yeah, oh yeah, here you go. This is the suite that Shelly and I got. So as you can tell by the Cheshire Cat pillow on the bed, that bathroom was something else. So, does it show it? Oh, it does show it. So there was an outdoor shower too. So this was like one of the best weeks of my life. Let's just put it that way. All right. So we stayed here, and then literally for 5 nights, we stayed on 5 different beaches, with the camper van. We just pulled up where we could. If it didn't have a sign, that was that. We stayed. It was a good time. And we enjoyed ourselves. And so if you guys do get a chance, okay, let's stop. Let's get this off the screen, Dill, because I got to stop thinking about this because now I'm getting all pissed off that I'm not going. Damn it. I'm jelly, guys. I'm jelly. Yeah. So, yeah.
For those of you in the U.S. who do plan on going, at least right now, you're going to have to be vaccinated in order to go. Hawaii doesn't, I think it was, what was it, last year, pretty much it got canceled. It just got canceled because you had to do a 14-day quarantine. But now that you can get vaccinated, they'll let you on the island. But yeah, you gotta get microchipped first. So I got my second one today. So yesterday.
We've got a flush diet for you to get some of that shit out of you because some of that shit don't need to be in you. Yeah. Just saying.
Although the same fill from our paintballs is what they put that stuff in. When
you put a black light on you yet? Where you got shot?
Not yet. I was laughing because I was reading the ingredients.
There you go. There it is. You saw it, boys and girls. Put a black light on you. I'm just saying. But whatever. Honestly, if you want to do it, you do it. Don't fuck with somebody that don't want to do it.
Fair enough.
End of discussion. Because if it was a vaccine, it wouldn't matter if the person next to you was unvaccinated. So the definition of a vaccine is not met with what's going on. Okay. I don't want to turn this into I don't want to turn this into a worm show episode, but there are certain things that I agree with and certain things that I don't agree with. The Constitution is kind of precise. Anyhow, so let's see. We went to Hawaiian Legends. Where the hell are we now?
Now
we got GI versus. We hit GI versus the World. We hit that. We hit
the finale.
We hit. We talked about Marvel versus DC, and we talked about Avid's game with Raleigh. We talked about that as well. Everyday Heroes. We talked about Aaron Dill having a few spots still open for shots.
Me and Cindy are actually thinking about having Dill do a little photo shoot for us while we're there. So
I have an outfit for
enough to make a calendar.
There you go. I have an outfit for you, Chris. Anyways, so the next thing actually after that is NXL World Cup event. A few of us will be taking the trip. I am possibly on the road down, stopping at Fulda Gap first, spending a couple days there, and then taking off down to World Cup and spending like a week in Disney. We have a week's worth of, we have from the 7th to the 15th reserved at a site at Disney's Fort Wilderness for the bus. So we will be there. There's still space in the bus. Even if you guys don't want to drive down, you can fly down and take what is still the Magical Express from the airport to the hotel and join us if you wanted to. We do spend a lot of time vacationing more at this event. We hit Disney. We think we're hitting Epcot and drinking around the world and Disney Magic Kingdom, because you got to do Magic Kingdom. But then I think Not Taco and Kay and I think John are going to hit Universal as well. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole Universal thing. I'm just not as in. Dude, I rode Spider-Man 3 times in a row and I was about to puke. I was just done. I was like, by the time I made it to the Simpson ride, holy shit, is that a ride? Because
We didn't do that. We just went in April, right?
Yeah.
April.
I think
No, March. No, it was March. We went in March to see like the Harry Potter.
what were the numbers? What was the numbers like? Was it empty?
No. Especially in the
See,
Harry
when we
Potter
went-
section,
It wasn't like-
it was packed in the Harry Potter section. But everything else, it was like a Mardi Gras, so we got to eat. That's why most of the things the Rogers Girls goes to, it's food related. We got to eat, like you got tickets and you got to like eat from everything.
Okay.
That wasn't that crowded, but if you got into any of the Wizarding World or anything, that got crowded. But our wait times for actual rides was not that bad.
When we went to World Cup last year, it was obviously during COVID. Holy shit, the park was fucking empty. The park was empty. Like, I could get photos of myself in front of the castle and not have to Photoshop people out. I mean, it was weird. I'm really interested in what it's going to be like this time compared to last time. But I'm looking forward to it because I enjoy the. I don't know. I've got to the point to where the food is awesome. I know where to go to find the different food, especially at Epcot. The Taste and Wine Festival at Epcot. I may have got that name wrong, but you just go from kiosk to kiosk to kiosk in $5 here, $5 there, $5 there. I don't know how I'm going to eat so much. We've already got reservations at a couple restaurants figured out, and I just don't know how we're going to do it.
You can do it.
I will.
have faith in you. You can do
I'd
it.
like to go, but I know I'm going to want to hit Star Wars World, and I'm not sure I'm ready to see her or have her see me cry like a baby when I walk through and like sit in the Millennium Falcon because like,
well, get this.
I'm going to break down.
Get this. Rise of the Resistance, from what I understand, will be becoming a line ride now, so you don't have to do all that stupid stuff in the morning to get on. Currently, you have to. But by the time we get there, it's going to be just like, oh, okay, we can just get in line for it. So that'll be nice. So
the online check-in thing.
Yeah, you had to get part of a virtual queue. And I mean, from what I understand, it was a pain in the butt. A lot of people got to do it. A lot of people didn't. Don't you dare jump at that window. Don't you stop. Hey. Sorry. She's like staring, going, meep, 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 trying to, and she'll jump right at the plexiglass of the dragon's cage. She's a goofball.
Cheem?
No, this is
Rosie.
Rosie has taken herself on her own. She is something else. And it's not that she's after the dragon. She's not after the dragon. She's after the few crickets that I left alive inside the cage.
Wow.
And that's what she's after. She's after the damn crickets. Crazy cat.
She's
Crazy
fun to play
freaking
with.
cat. What's that? She went. Oh no, she'll swat it around a bunch of times. Cheen will jump in and they'll play with it, and then one of them will eat it.
Yeah, see, my cat will like climb up sheets and like just tear my apartment apart just so it can look at it. The tiniest like grain of rice size spider that might be up on a far corner wall. The amount of times where I've caught him climbing all the way up a dresser just to stare at a fly or something. Like, yeah, cats are ridiculous with bugs.
Hey, Chris.
Speaking of bugs,
Chris, look what I found, Chris.
Yeah, I know. We still got to do that because we still have to do the rhino beetle.
Is that what's left in here?
That's what was left because we breezed through the scorpion because after the tarantula, the scorpion wasn't nothing, and then
the water cricket, was that what it was?
The water scorpion. That's the one that's like a giant cockroach. That's the one we struggled with. Yes, he's just a little rhino beetle.
No.
Yeah,
that's that,
the
Rosie.
crunch when you bite into these things is pretty.
Yeah, the whatever that was in the thorax of the water scorpion was just not.
That was those wigs. Eating those was like eating fish scales. Like it was a little rough.
It was bad. That was the worst of them all. The tarantula was nothing. So just so everyone knows, this is Rosie. Say hi, Rosie. Say hi to everyone. Okay. Now get the fuck out of here, please. Okay, thank you, honey. All right. Anyways. And she goes and sits back in front of the kitchen.
What's the actual game for the Disney? Because I know like the last one was Marvel versus DC.
The Disney trip is different. So the Disney trip is also there's a series called NXL, which is supposedly the professional paintballers with the airball bunkers. Have you ever seen them? They're with the inflatable balloons on the field.
Yeah.
Maybe she hasn't.
No,
Dill,
okay.
pull up some NXL footage just to let her see. Hey, no, it's not a problem. This is cool. Pull out some NXL footage that we can show her. But basically, this is the World Cup of the NXL. So this weekend, the NXL has a game in Chicago, and they have a bunch of teams competing against each other. It's more of a soccer game. One team versus the other. Well, not necessarily soccer, not necessarily hockey. It's a riot against two teams, and it's an extreme game of tag. They knock the other team out, and whoever wins at the end gets a certain amount of points, and it carries over to the next tournament. You know, they do one in Houston, I believe. They do one in Pennsylvania, but the World Cup, the World Cup. Here you go. So this is a World Cup game. This is last year. So what they do is they play on a field with all these different inflatable obstacles, as you can see in the background there.
Yeah, it's a small field, man, that like when they say go and you start shooting, you're shooting from one end of the field to the other. You played at Lone Wolf's indoor, didn't you? No.
There you go.
No,
okay, but their outdoor, they had like the setup like that. Yeah.
So this is speedball, and then what the deal is you want to be the winning team at the end. I believe this is Dynasty, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. And you want to be the winner at the end and take the game. So each of these tournaments all go, and everybody gets more points, and then come the end of the year, the World Cup just happens to be right outside of Disney World. Just right outside.
It used to be on Disney's property.
It used to be at Wide World of Sports until Ninja Paintball Balloon incident that someone sued about, and basically they got pushed outside of the Disney property. But it used to be held at the first few years that I went. It was actually held at the Wide World of Sports on Disney property, and it was great because you went there for Disney and you hopped on the bus and you just rode the bus to the event. Shelly and Kay would come to the event with Justin and I. Justin and I'd sit there and watch the event, and then Shelly and Kay would take off on the bus and go to the park while we watched the game. It was great at the time. Now it's just outside of Disney. It's at Gaylord Palms Resort by Old Town. Yeah, I see a little bit of reaction there from you, Amanda. Yeah, those ones are very nice. Those ones are the nice ones. You know, there's some interesting times on these fields with the way they set them up, and then
Sometimes
they set them up.
we're literally on each side of one air pillow, like shooting. And lots of times you don't know the other guy's there, and whoever figures out the other guy's there first usually ends up blowing someone's head off. Yeah, like right here on this picture. Yeah.
There you go. So we go to watch, you know, it more or less we go to watch. We go check out these games and then spend some time at Disney and BS with different people from paintball and and go from there. So this isn't actually a game we play at. This is just a game we hang out at. So those of you that aren't going to Hawaiian Legends, keep that in mind. Just saying. Anyways, yeah, let's see what else we got to talk about here. Do we have anything else to touch on? We've gone an hour and a half.
Out of curiosity, Bill, who do you think is going to win Cup this year?
I have no clue because I'm still uncertain on what teams still exist.
Yeah, they have changed up over a while. I actually found out recently that one of the guys that lived in my town, where I live now, St. Clair, for the life of me, I can't remember his name. It was like Josh or Justin something. But he used to play for Chicago Aftermath because I had a guy ask me, he's like, "Oh, you play paintball?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "Do you know what team he plays for?" He's like, "I used to be in the pro division after something." I was like, "Aftermath?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I don't think he's on their active roster, but yeah.
Yeah, the rosters are crazy right now. I just, and more or less just because I've been so damn busy, I haven't caught up on what's going on.
I think Infamous is going to take it this year.
They're pretty solid. They're pretty solid. Travis has got a good system down.
And yeah, I mean,
yeah, he's got.
now that he's getting way too old to play, I mean, you know, they give him that senior discount on paint.
Shut the hell up! Shut the hell up, fucker! God damn it. Anyway, so what the heck's what we got going on? There you go. No. That is a Michigan team. Their coach is Travis Lemansky. Man, so Disney's some fun. World Cup is some fun. I just wish they put as much sponsorship into their woods ball as they do their freaking speedball teams.
Yeah. Got to get it back out of ESPN and things will change. And if they do cornhole, they can do paintball.
But they won't. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I think it's just too many egos involved. Too many egos involved, and people don't want to let things grow. They'd rather their ego grow than let something else grow. Unfortunately, that's where it's at.
Sorry, did you just say ego is the problem? Have you not seen the NFL?
That's fair.
Touche.
Well, you don't need two of them.
You know what? If they'll put the Lions on TV every week, they might as well put paintball on.
Yeah, but they'll stick with football because it just cause. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so please check out our website, madfrogpaintball.net. Buy some swag, buy some freaking cool ass shirts, Acid Trip. Check us out. Check out our event calendar. Like I said, I think the next game we have coming up is GI versus the World, then Everyday Heroes. We have a couple other smaller events that, if you guys check out the next show, we'll talk about. Marvel versus DC was a blast. Please come and check out the next event with us. Join the Marvel side next year. I promise we won't get switched. But yeah, here, check it out. Upcoming events on the website. Boom, boom. There you go. Ladies, Chris, anybody, you guys got anything else you want to talk about? Come on, everybody speak up. Come on, say something. All right, we'll see you at GI. Definitely see you at GI. Get registered now. I think registration is probably closed. You probably have to register.
Yeah, they closed a couple days ago when I went to register, and the link was closed already. I think that was like Tuesday.
All right, so you'll have to register at the event. She'll show up early enough that you get registered and chronoed and everything. Join the GI side for the
beer
final
pong.
win.
Oh yeah, beer pong.
Definitely show up for our beer pong. It will be the final beer pong challenge of GI versus the world, everyone. So join us. We always have some fun. It's interesting. I actually want
to screwing up beer pong.
I actually won a game. I played a game of beer pong and I won a game. I didn't want to, but I did. I don't know. Go figure.
Somebody got carried in the second round.
Yeah, I carried Dill through the first round. He carried me through the second. So
all right, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, let's see. MadFrogPaintball.net. Check us out on social media. Buy some damn swag to help us get to the next event. Anything else? Yeah. I guess that's about it.
check us out on TikTok.
Yeah, check us out on TikTok.
Check
Check out Amanda on TikTok. What's your tag on TikTok?
The Amanda Rogers on TikTok. The Amanda Rogers.
Okay, so there you go. Check her out.
Check out Christine on OnlyFans.
Unfortunately, it's going to be all pictures of Paul. So if you're into pictures of Paul,
in there,
go for it. If you're into pictures of Paul, go for it. I'm a lifetime member, so
right.
Christine takes some really good pictures. That one where he does that
try.
thing where he's got his leg like this. And he's, sorry. Anyways, sorry. Anyways, thank you for joining us and eating up about an hour and a half of your time that could have been spent so much better than listening to us. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to be on again next week, maybe Thursday. We'll make sure we'll put a shout out. We don't, you know what? I don't think we necessarily need to stick to any one day. We just need to make sure we keep doing this show once a week.
Yeah.
So
You don't remember what day it is anyways, so.
yeah,
That's fair.
isn't it Tuesday?
Every time he makes a plan, he's like, "Oh, we'll do this," and I was like, "Yeah, but you got the podcast." He's like, "Oh,"
Yep.
I'm like, "It's
Yeah.
yeah."
Next week you'll have to jump on until I get here because I get out of work at 8. So
Yeah, it's very interesting when you have an active life of trying to remember what the fuck is going on, and then you throw the whole Dave's mask. Dave, I haven't found your mask. Dude. I gotta go. I'll go dig through the garage. I gotta get. It's kind of one of my projects tomorrow because I gotta start.
No, we'll find your mask when you find your friggin' Camaro, bud. All right.
No, yeah, it was a Charger. It wasn't a Camaro. It was the Charger.
Charger.
Yeah, it's the Charger. You know, the bad thing is I was at the prototype plant the other day where they do a bunch of stuff with Chargers and all kinds of other different stuff. And there was a Charger cut up in the dumpster. And I was going to take a picture of it, send it to Dave, and I didn't. It was bright red. I know it wasn't his, but it was a full Charger just cut up with a Sawzall and thrown in the dumpster.
His was bright red, right?
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Hey.
So everybody says hi.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Hi.
See, we had to make Shithouse and I look good, so we brought the ladies on.
Yep.
Need all the help you can get.
Yeah, definitely need all the help we can get. Yeah. So, anywho,
I'm setting up Catan.
Oh shit. Catan. Have you guys played Catan? Catan?
I wanted to, but I haven't.
Okay, so they've got a 2-player card version, which is very cool, very fun. But the larger version of Catan, we got to get everybody together and play a game of Catan. I think we can do up to 6 players, if I'm not mistaken.
Found a game that I think we need to bring to the bus. Amanda, Christina, and I played it after day 1, and because everyone has like accents and everything, like they make voices, this game would be perfect for anybody at the Mad Frog. Like, I forgot what it was called. Christine bought it, but we were cracking up all night. Like yours, like you choose. It's kind of like Cards Against Humanity. Like you have your 5 cards that you have, and you have to match it. But the card you pull is the accent or the voice that you have to use. So like the one was cry, so you had to cry the line. It was hilarious. I'm like, we got to bring that.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that. I could definitely see that. That sounds interesting. Catan's one of those games that's kind of like really involved in like the first two times you play it. Put it this way, the first 10 times we played it, we just called the game Kay Wins. Because Kay was the one that showed us how to play the game, and she always won. But then we started figuring it out. So literally, like the first time, 2 times you play the game, or the first time you play the game, depending on how you are with games, you're kind of like, holy crap, this is a lot. But it's a lot of fun. So if you guys get a chance, and hey, Catan, if you're out there, just hashtag Catan, looking out for you. Anyways, yeah, right. If that was the case, Mountain Dew and Monster would be like the major sponsors of us. I think the only one that's ever taken any look at us is actually Wingco. They've actually considered, like, legit going, we should give those guys something.
Ooh, let's get Wingco tomorrow.
There you go. See, you got to give us something. Anyways, once again, I digress. What does that word really mean? I heard it in a movie one time, I guess, is probably why I say it over and over again. Because it wasn't Mr. Wizard that said that. He's the one that taught me how to blow stuff up. Thank you for joining us. Please check us out again next week. Check out the website. Check out all the stupid stuff we do. And thanks a lot. And other than that, Aaron, you got anything you want to add? Miss Shelley, do you have anything you want to add?
Everybody be safe. Prep.
Drink your water.
That's about it, eh?
I'm surprised I didn't hear, fuck you Democrats. Anyways,
Well, because they all know they're not stupid.
Anyways, thanks for joining us. And like I said, next week we'll be doing another show, and we'll see who'll be joining us. We got all kinds of fun stuff. Oh man, what is she into? Oh, honey, it's over there on the floor.
Hey, you know what I'm into.
Yes, she's looking for Catan. All right, everybody, have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. I'm screwed. I'm going to be up for a few hours.
Well, yeah, you took a nice nap. You're fine.
Thanks for joining us. And I did take a nap. God damn, I'm getting old. Fuck. I had nap time today, but man, whatever. Take it easy. Dill, you got anything you want to say? Come on, chime in. Let's go. Say hi to everybody.
I ain't got nothing.
You just
Dill, why
wanted
don't
to
you
book
throw those prices for your picture package
up
back
one more time, sir.
I want a picture
Hey, guys.
of the puppies.
Boom.
Yeah,
There you
check
go.
out Dill at events. He's gonna be the guy in the AD Media jersey, taking photos of you, blowing people's heads off. By far the best photos on the field.
And check out our beer pong
during final battle too. So
There
if
you
you're gonna be a hero in front of Dill.
There you go. And
He won't be around.
Yeah.
if you get a chance, join the beer pong game, guys and girls. Have some fun with us at the Tiki Bar. There'll be lots of specials
Time check
going
on that beer pong.
Beer pong is typically at 7 p.m. Repeat, 7 p.m. typically.
So if you'd just like to show up on time for beer pong for
Never ask Shithouse because he never really knows.
Yeah.
Now, if your
I'm
daughter
always
was there,
Or ask him to
if
put
your
your
daughter
team
was
on
there next to you, Chris, I'd tell your daughter what time because she'd make sure you were there.
Yeah, she probably would.
Yeah.
I'll put a reminder in my phone.
That'll
All
never
right,
go
so-
off.
Sign up either at the Tiki Bar or at the rental trailer for beer pong for Saturday night at 7 p.m.
And for a heads up for those of you, you don't. It's water pong, so you don't have to if you don't drink, but you can still throw balls. Come on out there and play. We have everybody from like 20, 21 all the way up to there's some guys that are in their like late 50s playing. I mean, Bill plays even. Bill and George got up there and made a team.
No,
So-
Amanda and Bill were.
Bill and George have played
Bill
together.
played with me last
I mean, I said recently.
Yeah, and then it was Raleigh as well. It was like, whoa, how'd we win? I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, check us out. GI versus the World, beer pong, photos from Aaron Dill Media. And other than that, Somebody give me their house that's really like on like 5+ acres and has a decent sized pole barn and someplace I can park the bus that it's not going to sink in the grass. Okay, cool. Other than that, I think we're done finally, because I could probably ramble on for another 40 fucking minutes because there's a lot of shit I'd really like to talk about, but I think it's probably better if I shut the fuck up and say goodbye. Later, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good night. All right, Dill, take it.